Good morning, Saturday. So on to day 2 with my November challenge. I'm quite proud of myself, actually. Yesterday I wrote a total of 84 words! Hey, but that's not prouding material. I know, I'm sorry, okay? So life happened. The camera that I bought for the purpose of making these videos died while I was making them. What you saw last time was the third attempt at that video, and done on a replacement camera. Because Super Louise took the dud back to the place where I bought it and got a replacement while I was at a meeting, and that was awesome. So yay! But writing. 84 words. But wasn't it 84 words that you did during your video yesterday? Why, yes it was. So I'll make up for yesterday with Turbo Super Writing Mode today. I have one. And that will be followed by more outlining. Because you can't have enough outlinings. So today I'm going to talk about how to convey the intricacies of that world which you have built over many years into your reader's mind. Well, there are 3 ways you can do it. There are at least 3 that I'm going to talk about. The first is the ignorant protagonist. This is probably the easiest approach. This is where the hero of the story grew up or lives in some place distant and isolated from where the main action of the story takes place. They live in a manner vaguely familiar to the reader, and are fully primed with those burning questions that your reader has about this world. Examples. Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker lives on Tatooine. He knows a little bit about the Rebel Alliance, about the wider galaxy, about the Force, but on the whole he needs these things explained to him. Harry Potter. Grew up with Muggles, just like you. Presumably. Harry Potter's an interesting one. The fact that he's at a school means that Harry can learn about the magical world alongside the reader. That and the addition of Muggle-born learnaholic Hermione Granger means that the reader is always provided with the answers, or at least the partial answers. Partial answers are probably a little bit better if you want to build a more in-depth, intriguing universe. Frodo Baggins! Like Luke Skywalker, Frodo Baggins lives in a manner a little bit strange to us. But on the whole he's a farmer. His Obi-Wan / Hermione is Gandalf. Gandalf knows more about the world than any one of its inhabitants. Very handy for us lost readers. This can be done very badly, however. I'm reading a book at the moment, which I shan't name. The author seems so impressed with this world that he's created that he rushes the whole business of getting it across to the reader by setting up these awkward dialogues. And at one point a character was telling another character about the history of the geography of the area, and the other character was like, I don't care. And everyone's like, haha, he's so stupid for wanting to know smart things. And the whole point is to convey it to us, but in the whole it was just an awkward scene. Less is more, people. The second way I will touch on is the narrative voice. This is where the reader gets most of the information from the author as narrator. This is probably a little harder to pull off than the ignorant hero. Not all of us can be poets, but the best example of this category is Terry Pratchett. Adore Terry Pratchett. The narrator knows more than the characters, which means that the reader will learn about certain aspects of the world before the characters do. The resultant expectation for the end of their ignorance is delicious. The third way is, well, just not doing it at all. This is where you assume that the reader is clever enough to pick up the details as they go along. It turns the novel into a sort of a puzzle, which makes reading and rereading far more engaging. A good example of this is the Malazan Book of the Fallen series by Stephen Erickson. I haven't read the whole series, but it has been an encounter with greatness. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful. I covered the ignorant hero, the informative narrator, and the not doing it at all. I have to go now because I have some 3,000 words to finish writing today, so bye. This looks amazing.